Ryan Morrison spends a lot of time home alone. His daughter is at preschool, his wife has gone back to work. The family barely makes ends meet. The bank has only deferred their loans until the end of the month. As a drilling engineer, Ryan did well out of the oil boom in the North Sea. But before he and his family had even moved into their new house, he lost his job.
In June 2015, I was told that there was no future work for me at the company, and we mutually agreed that I would move on. Thinking that I had good level of experience at that point, I thought I could put my CV out to various contractors, various agencies.
But that was almost a year ago, and his chances of finding a job here in Aberdeen are looking increasingly slim. Every day he trawls the internet for jobs. He's been offered work in Qatar, but the project has been postponed for at least a year because of the low oil price. And anyway, what about his new house? Many in the neighbourhood are in a similar position.
The house just to our left is exactly the same house, and since the oil prices dropped, so has the house prices, and the house there is now £50,000 cheaper than what it was 8 months ago when we purchased the house.
Oil and gas have been the dominant industries in Aberdeen for years. Global prices are now down to around $35 a barrel, barely more than production costs here in the North Sea. Companies are making cuts and delaying investments. There have been 70,000 layoffs in Britain's oil industry in the last few years. Highly qualified, highly specialised workers facing an uncertain future.
Aberdeen is one of the world hubs when it comes to oil and gas, a hugely important place, not only supporting the activities in the North Sea, but what has been exported from here across the world. So it is a real big impact here in the North Sea. The North Sea is one of the higher cost basins to operate in. And of course, when the revenue falls away, we can't simply just adjust fast enough to get our price down to make sure that the fields here are competitive in a world environment.
Perfect.
Many people are giving up on the industry. Michelle has lost her job twice.
There you go. Beautiful.
Now she's setting up her own business.
With the black grout in it,
She's renovated an old shop, and in a few days she'll be opening her takeaway and cafe.
Here we are. It's taking a lot of work to get here. We're nearly there. But I'm very glad to be out of the oil and gas industry. It certainly doesn't seem to be improving. So I feel like I've made the right decision so far.
This customer is looking for a free meal. This is one of Aberdeen's food distribution centres. 2 years ago, they dispensed a total of 10,000 food parcels a year. That figure has gone up to 30,000.
Over the last 6 to 9 months, we've noticed an increase, albeit a small minority of our total, but there's been an increase in what you might describe as casualties from the oil industry.
It's the lovely light that earned Aberdeen the nickname the Silver City. But for the time being, its days in the sun are over. Boarded up shop fronts are scattered along Union Street, Aberdeen's main shopping street. And for sale signs are sprouting up all over the city's attractive residential neighbourhoods. It's no longer just people in the oil and gas industry who are feeling the pinch. Its oil and gas reserves were a significant factor in Scotland's push for independence. The no side won in a referendum in 2014. But should Britain vote for a Brexit in June, another Scottish independence referendum will be on the cards.
If there was a Brexit caused by an English majority voting Scotland out, Scotland having voted to remain in the EU, then I think there would definitely be a second Scottish referendum. And I doubt very much that the oil price would play a huge role in that.
Ryan has decided to take a job in sales and to get a master's degree, hoping it might improve his employment prospects. Now and then he visits the port and looks out to sea.
You know, it makes me feel sad because, you know, this is a booming town. You know, it's the oil capital of Europe. You know, when things are going, when the oil price is high, you know, this place is buzzing. You know, lots and lots of activity going around the city, and it's sad to see, you know, very little, you know, vessels in the harbour. You know, not a lot of activity going.
As the sun sets on northeast Scotland, there's a palpable sense that the gold rush is over.